From Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight on the news, could and should alcohol be sold at Husker athletic events?
Plus, a massive fire kills one person and 9 horses. But first,
dramatically have to change something about our prison system.
Some heated moments today as lawmakers try to decide what to do about prison overcrowding here in Nebraska. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Should we build a new prison, and if so, where? And is there enough funding to do it?
As we speak, the Appropriations Committee is holding a special hearing. One senator says he's fed up after they've given millions of dollars to help with overcrowding, but not seeing any results. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez was there and explains what questions many still have on this plan.
Many agree the current penitentiary in South Lincoln is not in good condition.
It is old, and it is probably at the end of its useful life. But you're not addressing the overcrowding problem.
But what senators can't agree on is the best way to use money given to corrections this fiscal year.
We've given corrections as much as we can, over $100 million of increases, 50%, and we're not even there. We haven't moved the numbers.
The ACLU of Nebraska president testified today that the funds should be spent in other ways.
Imagine what kind of transformational investments we could make in mental health, in economic opportunity, in educational equity, instead of battling over a massive new prison that does nothing to address our problems.
Director Scott Frakes argued that Nebraska has been underbuilt for 40 years. Cells that were built for 2 people currently house 4 people.
The solution to this problem isn't just about just building beds to address capacity. When we talk about our population management, it's building beds to make the math work correctly. It's building beds so that our design and statutory operational capacity are consistent with the number of people that we house.
A concern brought up today was if we do build a new penitentiary and it is not in Lancaster County, how many employees would actually move to the new location? The suggestion was to build it on the current land.
Building a new living unit where the ball field is, so now there's no recreation space, moving one group of inmates into that living unit, tearing down their unit, and all at the same time we're supposed to somehow allow for programming and feeding and recreation and all of those components and not have people access tools, access building materials, or worst case of all, escape from the facility. Over a project that I could see going on for 5 to 7 years, I can't sign on for that. That's bad business for me, as well as a bad investment for the state.
There have also been rumors surrounding where the new location may be.
The last thing though I want is to try and force myself into an area or a community where the general consensus is we don't want you there.
Reporting in Lincoln, Ariana Martinez, Channel 8 News.
Now, this hearing is still going on. The Appropriations Committee has to come up with a budget plan that includes funding for prisons. It will eventually go to the floor for debate. We'll, of course, keep you updated on where that's headed. Also today, senators discussed a new bill that would protect victims of sexual assault and sex trafficking.
Right now, a victim's name becomes public after it's put in a police report. This bill would keep the name out until criminal charges are filed in the case. Supporters say this would keep victims safe from the fear of retaliation and keep their identities safe during a very difficult time for them.
There are crimes we prosecute all the time, like murder, without a victim. Why do we need my testimony? Why must victims of sex trafficking and sexual assault have to continually put our trauma on display?
The bill was introduced by Senator Patty Pansing Brooks. Nobody opposed the bill at today's hearing, and Senator Pansing Brooks is hopeful that it passes committee and then goes to the floor for full debate.
Happening right now, 6 gubernatorial candidates are set to debate key issues ahead of this year's election.
It was put on by the Nebraska Chambers Association. 5 Republicans and 1 Democratic candidate took part in the 75-minute debate that was held this afternoon. We're going to hear from them, and we're going to hit some of the big topics that were discussed tonight on our news at 6 and 10. By the way, Nebraska's primary election is coming up on May 10th. All right, here's a question for you. Should alcohol be sold at University of Nebraska athletic events?
It's expected to be discussed at the upcoming Board of Regents meeting. Right now, as many of you know, alcohol sales are not allowed on all of the Nebraska campuses. Officials say if there is a change in policy, it would be up to each president and chancellor to approve alcohol sales at specific events. The Regent's next meeting is next Friday, February 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
And that brings us to our poll of the day question. Should alcohol be allowed at the University of Nebraska athletic events? And so far, right around, what do we have up there?
It looks like 49 say yes and around 51% said no, with nearly 600 votes tallied so far.
Now to vote, go to KOKNTV.com and look for our poll of the day story. We'll be keeping you updated on those throughout the evening. Staffing shortages are everywhere, and Lincoln Public Schools is no different.
So they're holding a job fair tomorrow to try and fill several positions. The fair is at Color Middle School Gymnasium. Possible jobs include para-educators, custodial staff, food service, and substitute health technicians. It is open to the public, and you do not have to pre-register online. So why work at LPS?
Lincoln Public Schools is an awesome place to work. There are so many good people here who really care about kids, and we all sort of work with that mission in mind of supporting kids and supporting education. So I think someone who wants to make a difference should definitely consider Lincoln Public Schools.
If you plan on going to the job fair, you'll need your driver's license, email address, and social security number, along with 3 references that have email addresses and previous work history. The fair is from 9 to 3, again tomorrow at Color Middle School. For more information, visit lps.org. In Bennington, 1 person and 9 horses have died after a fire broke out this morning.
That's right. Crews spent all morning battling the blaze at a horse farm. Officials have not released the name of the person who died. About 120 firefighters from 13 different departments were on the scene for hours, getting water to the rural area there at the farm, and freezing temperatures. They both cause problems. The farm sells horses and offers boarding options.
There were several large bales of hay. There was several animals in the structure, approximately 50 horses. Several of them have made it out, and there's 4 or 5 vets across the road at another farm caring for them horses at the time.
Now, 1 firefighter was taken to the hospital. No word on his condition. Again, we just received word late this afternoon that there was one fatality. No other information has been released on that. Also, no word on what caused the fire. As always, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, John, right there, they talked about the brutal temperatures today trying to fight that fire. It is very chilly outside.
Yeah, it's been in the teens all day. The one thing that's helping a little bit, at least if you walk outside, at least the sun has been out for most of the day. We've had sunny skies all afternoon long, nice blue skies out there. Temperatures in the teens. We've made it up to 19 degrees today in Lincoln. We've fallen back just 1 degree now as of 5 o'clock, where it's 18 degrees. And luckily, the winds have calmed significantly from what we had this morning, when we had wind chills getting as low as 20 degrees below zero. So right now you can see we've got winds anywhere from calm to about 7 miles per hour, giving us wind chill values as low as the single digits up towards Columbus, 9 in Kearney, but it feels like it's 10 in Lincoln, and 11 degrees is what it feels like in Beatrice. So we go through the rest of the evening. Wind chills, luckily the winds will be down. Our temperatures will be dropping down into the single digits by early tomorrow morning. And you can see by 10 o'clock tonight, wind chill values in the single digits to just below zero. Now take a look at some of the wind chills from this morning. Some pretty incredible. 20 degrees below zero is what it felt like in Kearney, 20 below in York. It was 19 below in Columbus, 19 below in Lincoln, 17 below in both Beatrice as well as in Ord. So some very cold temperatures out there this morning. Skies remain clear for right now, and they will remain clear as we go through the overnight hours. 12 degrees by 8 o'clock, 9 degrees by 10 o'clock. We'll talk about just how cold it gets tomorrow morning, and then guess what? We've got some warmer temperatures returning. We'll talk about just how warm it gets in my Storm Alert Team forecast.
All right, thank you very much, John. To international news now, President Biden calling a U.S. mission in Syria to take out the leader of ISIS a success.
We're learning more about the raid and what the U.S. did to minimize casualties on the ground. ABC's M. Nguyen is tracking this story from Washington.
President Joe Biden announcing the leader of the Islamic State dead after a raid by U.S. Special Forces in northwest Syria. Civilian safety was a priority, but officials say Haji Abdullah blew up himself and at least 3 others shortly after U.S. forces arrived. At least a dozen people were killed during the raid.
In a final act of desperate cowardness, he, with no regard to the lives of his own family or others in the building, he chose to blow himself up, not just to the vest, but to blow up that 3rd floor.
Pentagon officials say forces protected more than 10 women and children in the home because they chose to carry out a raid rather than an airstrike.
Strong indications are that to the degree there's a loss of innocent life, it's loss caused by Mr. Abdullah and his lieutenant.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who kept in contact with President Biden and Vice President Harris in the Situation Room, says Abdullah, quote, provided near constant operational guidance to ISIS fighters, including the recent attempt to break thousands of followers out of prison in Syria. This 9-year-old lives on the ground floor of the building that was raided. They pounced on my father, threw him on the ground and tied him, and pointed their gun at him. He told them I did nothing. There were no U.S. casualties, and officials say the 2-hour mission ran smoothly. However, a helicopter experienced mechanical failure and was destroyed by U.S. forces a short distance away.
Last night's operation took a major terrorist leader off the battlefield, and it sent a strong message to terrorists around the world. We will come after you and find you.
Administration officials briefed several congressional members on the ISIS raid. Speaker Nancy Pelosi commended the mission, saying it was justice delivered. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
And still ahead on the news tonight, thousands are without power because of a brutal winter storm.
More on that in your full forecast after the break.
A huge winter storm system is moving across the U.S. and bringing treacherous conditions to more than 30 states.
Nearly 130,000 people are without power across 3 southern states. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Blizzard-like conditions moving across more than half of the United States. Drivers in Amarillo, Texas, navigating the messy roadways covered in ice and snow.
We are dealing with one of the most significant icing events that we've had in the state of Texas in at least several decades.
This pickup truck in the city of Denton sliding off the road, slamming into a pole, crews pulling it out of a ditch.
Hit this pole, it broke it. So we brought one of our spare trucks from out of the yard, put it on it to keep it up and controlled so it won't fall over. We're going to end up changing it out here in just a little while.
No power was lost in that incident, but across the state, tens of thousands are without electricity.
Power providers are bringing in extra resources to get those power lines back up.
In Indiana, downtown Indianapolis covered in a blanket of snow. Firefighters digging out hydrants, residents in Greenwood stepping in to help each other shovel out. In Ohio, all 88 counties are under winter storm warnings. Roads there a mess, especially slick, with constant rainfall before this storm.
We're looking at a day of basically constant snowfall here in Cleveland. Double-digit inches are possible. The wind is doing us no favors.
And all of this weather has caused the worst air travel day of the year so far, with more than 4,500 flights already canceled. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And here in Lincoln, there is 1 cancellation and 2 delays. And in Omaha, there are 17 delays and 13 cancellations.
The biggest concern if you're flying this week, connecting flights, of course. As of right now, there have been over 6,000 cancellations nationwide.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer.
And to further show you what's going on across the country, you can see how there is snow stretching from the panhandle of Texas up through Oklahoma, further to the east, and all the way up to the northeast United States. We've been talking about this storm now for almost 2 weeks when it was just over the western Pacific Ocean. And take a look at this. Even further south of the snow, we've got tornado warnings across portions of Alabama. Confirmed tornadoes with this as well, just to the north of Montgomery, and as well as severe thunderstorm warnings. And north of that is where we've got a lot of the snow. As far as additional snows, places like Illinois and Indiana, and even towards St. Louis. St. Louis has picked upwards of 10 inches of snow. We've had reports of over 1 foot of snow to 1.5 feet in Illinois and north central Indiana, and that snow will keep going off to the north and east. You can see from New York up towards Maine, well, the lowest purple, we're talking 12 inches or higher of snow possible. In fact, in some spots, we may be talking 1.5 feet to 2 feet of snow. Well, around here, we've got clear skies outside. This is a live view here from the station. You can see no clouds at all to be seen right now. And we take you to a live view from Honda of Lincoln, looking off to the south and west. Clear skies with a setting sun, and that's important because tonight we'll have clear skies. It's going to allow you a chance to go out and see the space station tonight. Now, you'll want to bundle up as you go out there. It'll be visible for 5 minutes starting at 7:06 this evening. It'll start in the northwest sky and then cross over and exit off to the southeast. Again, starting at 7:06, if you see it blinking, that is not the space station. It's a solid white dot that you'll see moving overhead this evening. Temperature-wise, it's chilly out there. 18 at the airport. It's 17 at East Campus. 18 degrees on the south and southwest side of town. You go further to the north, and right now it's 17 degrees in Wahoo. It's 16 in Columbus. It's 18 in New York, 19 in Friend, as well as in Beatrice, and just below 20 degrees out towards Kearney and Hastings. Good news is there's not a lot of wind, like this morning where we saw wind chill values dropping as low as 20 below zero. Wind chills right now are single digits to right around 10 degrees is what it feels like in Lincoln. Through the rest of this evening, we'll have clear skies and relatively light winds, so the wind chills won't be terribly bad. Now, the air temperature is going to drop to about 3 degrees above zero tomorrow morning in Lincoln. And with just a little wind, I think we could see wind chills dropping at times, perhaps 3 to maybe as much as 10 degrees below zero. But we are going to see some warmer temperatures coming our way for tomorrow. Tonight, temperatures will drop off into the single digits. Now, as we go through the day tomorrow, this is looking at air temperature. Look at the blue skies we're going to have overhead. So look for mainly sunny skies around. By noon, temperatures back up to the upper 20s to low 30s. It is going to be a warmer day tomorrow, with highs eventually getting in the mid 30s to upper 30s to near 40 degrees in a few locations. I'm forecasting 35 in Lincoln, 30 in Columbus, 36 in Beatrice. Winds starting out of the southwest, shifting to the north. We'll have some occasional gust to 28 miles per hour. As we go towards the start of the weekend, Saturday's looking fantastic. I think we'll see a fair amount of sunshine around and temperatures back up to right around 50 degrees. Now, a weak cold front will come through and cool us off just a little bit for Sunday, but it's still not going to be terribly bad. We're talking a high of 39 to maybe 40 degrees and a little warmer as you go further to the west through the state. But after that, look at Monday and Tuesday. 50 degrees Monday, up to 58 degrees Tuesday, and I do think some of you will hit 60 degrees Tuesday afternoon. Now we're going to fall back down just a little bit for Wednesday, then we jump back up on Thursday, and we're going to see some ups and downs over the coming days, and I'm hoping that means we're not going to see some people getting sick because of the crazy temperatures going back and forth, which oftentimes will lead to some colds or some sinus infections, things like that. But nonetheless, temperatures look to stay above normal as we get through tomorrow through the next 10 days.
Yeah, at least we snapped out of these brutal cold temperatures pretty quickly. I know you said if there was snow on the ground, it would be a different story.
Yeah, much colder. And really, for the most part, when we've had these shots of cold air, they've only been for 2 or 3 days, and then they move on. So probably the one concern maybe the next 10 days, we've got dry weather coming our way. In fact, over the next 15 days, it looks to be relatively dry as well. So we could use a little something, whether it be snow or rain coming our way.
Just a little, not a lot. Okay, thank you, John. Not a great day on Wall Street. The Dow plummeting 518 points, NASDAQ falling 539. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Finally tonight, we've all heard about therapy dogs and cats, but what about a therapy cow?
Meet Miss Dolly Starr, the mini cow who's bringing joy to people during tough challenges.
Do you know who's coming to visit?
No. A rather unusual guest
No idea.
is arriving at Oakwood Creative Care in Mesa Wednesday.
Who is meeting us? Dolly the cow.
Oh, yeah. Oakwood is an adult daycare for seniors with cognitive challenges, navigating the complex diagnoses of Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's.
Oh, yeah, look in my hand now. Came here, everything changed because I have friends. I try to remember their names.
But it's here they're afforded the opportunity to forget about their disease and focus on building connections with those who know what it's like.
It's important to know that other people care. I mean, I know that I'm going through the same thing they are.
And activities like meeting therapy cow Miss Dolly Starr, helping to create new memories, and even spur some old ones.
I worked on a dairy farm.
We go out almost every weekend to a facility, if not two. She is requested all over the place.
Dolly's owner, Karen Boyle, began her mission after her own father ended up in a memory care facility. The longtime farmer seemed to respond in a positive way to his cattle.
And I knew that it was going to help so many more people.
Something we saw firsthand today.
I think it's pretty neat. Nice little gal.
Her delightful demeanor and love for marshmallows.
Yeah, that's it.
Unleashing smiles and laughter.
There's nothing that replaces the engagement and friendship of having a community that you belong to.
It's their shared challenges, along with these unique shared experiences, forming bonds these seniors need more than ever.
She reminds me of a little bucket calf I used to have when I was little and take out the big old bottle and feed them. They're
About the
so
size
cute.
of a bucket calf, but I think that's so great. You know, we all know how animals can help ease tensions and everything else going on. Let's get a final check of the weather with John for now.
Yeah, getting cold tonight. Temperatures once again dropping back down to the single digits. We'll be just a couple of degrees above zero. The nice thing is, look at the winds. They will remain relatively calm tonight, so not as much of a wind chill. At times it may still drop below zero, but not like what we had this morning.
All right, thank you, John, and thank you all for being here.
World News is next. We'll see you back at 6.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
It takes time to make Amigos enchiladas. It's not the easiest way, just the best. Amigos has the faves you crave.